us this beautiful evening. You're welcome to News Update happening live on 24 News Radio and Television. Yeah, here you get the freshest and the hottest news as it's happening in the country and the world at large. First of all, I am Aiba Karina Wari. Let's take the headlines. Oyebanji makes history as first commercial flight lands at Ekiti Airport. Says over 49 billion expended on airport projects. Former Ekiti State governors, Senate leaders on board the maiden flight. Strengthen security in your locality, Oyebanji charges LG chairman. Urges them to focus on impactful projects. Three suspected criminals killed in Benue, Army. Dangote refinery slashes petrol price to 699 naira per litre. Bank must request tax ID from taxable persons, Oyedele. NIS announces temporary disruptions on passport platform. Ekiti United FC secures victory against Solution FC at Oluyemi Kayode Stadium. Now the news in details. History was made in Ekiti on Wednesday as Governor Biodun Oyebanji led other dignitaries to receive the first commercial flight at Ekiti Agro Allied International Cargo Airport in Ado Ekiti, describing the project as a major milestone in the state's quest for economic growth and enhanced connectivity. The United Nigerian aircraft with registration number 5NBWY and about 50 passengers on board arrived the airport at about 11:09 a.m. and departed at 12 noon for Lagos. Dignitaries on board the first commercial flight include Senate leader Senator Opeyemi Bamidele, three former governors of the state, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, Otumba Niyi Adebayo, and Dr. Ayodele Fayose. Also on board were members of the National Assembly from Ekiti State, Chairman of United Nigerian Airline Prof. Obiora Okonkwo, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Dr. Yakubu Adam, and a former Minister of Aviation, Mr. Babatola, amongst others. They were received by Governor Oyebanji, his wife, Dr. Olayemi Oyebanji, Deputy Governor, Chief Mrs. Monisha De Afuye, former Governor Segun Oni, Technical Advisor on Airport Projects, AVM, Sunday Makinde retired, and other state officials. Speaking during the historic event, Governor Oyebanji, who disclosed that over 49 billion naira was expended on the execution of the project, noted that the investment reflected the state's government's commitment to critical infrastructure that will stimulate development, attract investors, and create jobs for the people of the state. Governor Oyebanji said the airport was strategically designed to support the export of agro-produce, boost value chains, and reduce post-harvest losses for farmers. The governor said the airport will also be open to Ekiti to global opportunities, particularly in agriculture, commerce, and tourism. The governor also commended the members of the National Assembly from the state for their support towards the actualization of the project, assured that his government will put in place necessary institutional framework and partnership to ensure optimal utilization and sustainability of the project. Has charged chairmen of local government councils and local government development areas across the state to prioritize security and strengthen community-based efforts to ensure lives and safety and property in their respective areas. The governor stressed that effective grassroots security management remains critical to sustaining peace and boosting socio-economic development of the state. He also charged them to prioritize the welfare of their people for optimized service delivery, noting that placing citizens at the center of governance would enhance trust, improve community engagement, and ensure that development efforts have meaningful impacts across the state. Governor Yebanji, who gave the charge in Ado-Ekiti on Thursday, during a strategic meeting with the chairmen of local governments and local council development areas in the state, emphasized that the first responsibility of government at all levels is the protection of citizens. The governor noted that the local councils, being the closest to the people, must take ownership of security challenges and respond swiftly to emerging threats. He further urged the council bosses to work closely with traditional rulers, community leaders, youth groups, and security agencies to develop coordinated structures that can identify early warning signals and prevent breaches. Governor Yebanji also reaffirmed that his government remains committed to sustaining peace across the state and assured that he would continue to provide the necessary policy backing and resources to ensure that every community remains safe, peaceful, and conducive for development. Troops of Operation OPWS covering Nasarawa, Benue, and Taraba states have killed three criminals in Ukum local government area of Benue State. The killed criminals reportedly belong to a notorious syndicate responsible for widespread insecurity, including repeated kidnappings across Ukum local government area. This was contained in a statement issued by the acting media information officer of OPWS, Lieutenant Ahmad Zubairu, and made available to journalists on Friday. The statement said the troops, in coordinated efforts with other security operatives, foiled an ambush mounted by the criminals. The OPWS force commander, Major General Moses Gara, applauded the synergy among the security personnel and commended their courage, discipline, and professional conduct throughout the mission. He also encouraged the troops to maintain operational drive, deepen intelligence-led operators, and reinforce security presence in high-risk communities. General Gara reaffirmed the unwavering commitment to OPWS to defending lives, enhancing civil authority, and restoring lasting peace across the joint operations area. The OPWS troops have in recent times been curtailing bandits and criminal activities in Sankera axis, known as the flashpoint of criminality within the state. In November, the troops conducted a snap raid on the hideout of a notorious armed bandit in Umbagen community, Unkum local government area, and killed one of the bandits while the gang leader narrowly escaped. Dangote refinery slashes petrol price to 699 naira per liter. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery has again reduced its petrol gantry price, slashing the ex-depot rate from 828 naira to 699 naira per liter. Real-time market data published on petroleumprice.ng on Friday showed that the refinery implemented another major downward review, cutting the premium motor spirit benchmark price by 129 naira per liter, a 15.58% reduction. An official of the refinery who spoke on the condition of anonymity because he was not authorized to comment publicly, also confirmed the adjustment. He said the refinery has reduced petrol gantry price to 699 naira per liter. The new price took effect on December 11, 2025, marking the 20th petrol adjustment announced by the refinery this year. The latest reduction comes barely after 5 days after the refinery chairman Aliko Dangote restated his commitment to keeping domestic fuel prices reasonable and competitive despite global volatility and persistent smuggling along Nigeria's borders. Speaking after a closed-door meeting with the President Bola Tinubu on December 6th, Dangote said prices will continue to fall as the refinery rounds up outputs and competes directly with imported products. We'll be going on a quick break. This is 24 News Radio and TV News Update. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin, all across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are news. We are 24 News Radio TV.
You are welcome back. Thank you for not touching the dial. This is News Updates on 24 News Radio and TV. The chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, Taiwo Oyedele, has said that banks will be required to request a tax identification number from all taxable Nigerians as part of the federal government's new tax administration framework set to take effect on January 1st, 2026. The chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, Taiwo Oyedele, disclosed this in an interview shared on his X account on Thursday. According to him, Section 4 of the Nigerian Tax Administration Act, which takes effect on January 1st, 2026, makes the possession of a tax ID mandatory for all taxable individuals. He clarified that the requirement does not apply to students or dependents who will be exempted from needing a tax ID to maintain a bank account. Oyedele noted that the policy has existed since 2020 Finance Act, but the NTAA now provides the formal legal backing for enforcement. He added that income earners and businesses already issued TINs will not need to obtain new tax IDs. This clarification comes as many Nigerians express concern that bank accounts without a tax ID could soon face restrictions. Immigration Service has announced that its passport digital platform will undergo routine system maintenance, resulting in temporary service disruptions for users. NIS said the maintenance window will run from 12 a.m. on 12 December to 6 a.m. on 14th December 2025 GMT. This was contained in a public notice shared on the service's X handle on Friday and signed by its public relations officer, ACIAS Akinlabi. According to the statement, the exercise is aimed at enhancing system performance and improving overall user experience. The Nigerian Immigration Service wishes to inform the general public that it is carrying out routine maintenance on its passport digital platform to enhance service system performance and overall user experience. During this period, users will experience temporary service interruptions, slow response time, or limited access to selected NIS passport services, the notice read. The service appealed for public patience, noting that the exercise is essential to maintaining a secure and efficient digital passport ecosystem. In a thrilling encounter at Oluyemi Kayode Stadium on Wednesday, Ekiti United Football Club emerged victorious against Solution FC with a 1-0 win. The home side dictated the pace of the match from the outset, showcasing beautiful exchanges of passes that kept fans on the edge of their seats. The away side posed a challenge, pushing hard to unsettle the BAO boys, but Ekiti United FC's defense line stood firm, thwarting attempts and maintaining a solid backline. The breakthrough came in the 42nd minute when a defensive lapse by Solution FC was capitalized on by Ekiti United FC. Karim Quadri, who skillfully bowled the ball into the net. The goal sparked jubilant celebrations among the home supporters. Ekiti United FC controlled the proceedings till half-time and carried the momentum into the second half. Solution FC came out with a renewed energy, making tactical changes in a bid to level the scoreline, but the BAO boys were up to the task. The team defended their lone goal advantage with grit and determination, thwarting Solutions FC attempt to equalize, securing a hard-fought 1-0 win. In a post-match interview with the newsmen from 24 News Radio and Television, team captain Akinyemi Oluwaseyi expressed satisfaction with the team's performance. He said, "We are pleased to have executed our game plan perfectly as instructed by Coach Bolarinwa Idris. We appreciate our fans for their unwavering support today. Despite the inconvenient match timing, our focus now shifts to the upcoming home game against Godswill Akpabios FC, and we are geared up to secure another 3 points. Congratulations to Ekiti FC, the BAO boys. Congratulations to all Ekiti State lovers. We are so glad for your win." Now let's take back our headlines again. Oyebanji makes history as first commercial flight lands at Ekiti Airport. Says over 49 billion expended on airport projects. Former Ekiti governors, Senate leaders on board the maiden flight. Strengthen security in your locality, Oyebanji charges local government chairmen, urging them to focus on impactful projects. 3 suspected criminals killed in Benue, Army. Dangote Refinery slashes petrol price to 699 naira per litre. Banks must request tax ID from taxable persons, Oyedele. NIS announces temporary disruptions on passport platform. Ekiti United FC secures victory against Solution FC at Oluyemi Kayode Stadium. That will be all from us today at News Updates on 24 News Radio and Television. Thank you for joining in, and we hope you enjoyed our news update. See you at the same time tomorrow. Bye.